There's no such thing as the individual. There is only society. And so, comrades, brothers, sisters, on this, the final eve of our seizure of power, let us remember the true tradition of our history. Lenin, Castro, Mao, Gramsci, Althusser, Benjamin, Lukács, Bourdieu, all of whom have helped us to realise the need to bring down this system of incompetence and brutality. People, let me remind you that we are every day closer to constructing a socialist order. I humbly conclude with Varro's sentiment. Communism is not only necessary, it is also possible.
Sweeping the eastern third of the nation, civil defense machinery has been organized to provide rescue stations with food, shelter, medical treatment, and protection by armed National Guardsmen. Stay tuned to the broadcasting stations in your local area for this list of rescue stations.
Who's that? Oh, comrade. It's good to hear from you. Listen, I've just finished. No, I mean, my latest political piece. Well, you know how I feel. I can't stand it when people aren't allowed their own mind.
Well, different. Let's wipe away those revolutionary blues with a beer, a fag, and perhaps a bit of fried chicken. 'Cause here he is, Chucky Jordan.
Besides, violence is freedom. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Fuck. Hello? Who's there?
Brent? Comrade Brent? I'm from the workers, the revolution.
Oh, the OADW? The Organised Action Directive of Workers?
Yeah. Look, I've come for the next stage of action. We've taken the Ministers' Halls.
At last, that symbol of bourgeois reformism gone. And is our flag up there now, in its rightful place?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, you see. We had some trouble getting in. Pretty much the entire regiment were just picked off one by one. There must have been an entire troop waiting for us, maybe about 100, and they were proper mean, holding on to their stuff, their fucking property with the skin of their flaming teeth. Makes me sick.
Look, you'd better come in. Have you got the password?
Yeah?
The password, have you got it?
Yeah. It's great.
Right. Look, I'm sorry about all that, but there are many who want me dead. Why must they make me suffer so? My God, man, look at you. Look, do you want some food or something?
Oh, no more than I need it. Oh, it's so warm in here. Must be looking like the dark chills, eh?
Right, yeah, the dark chills. What about drinks? Do you want some water?
Do you mind if I make an argument to roll?
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, I tell you, I had that flame, man. I would have put it in by myself. I would have felt like 10 men. But this fruitcake sausage creature just started going completely mad. He had a gun to his own head. There was some serious damage.
Well, the point is that you tried, all of you. Comradeship's what this revolution's all about, friend. It's pulling and pushing, holding on to each other. It's like a tug of war. Maybe you read my last pamphlet? It's all in there. The dialectics of this battle. Besides, we can only work with what we've got, what we have. It's the means.
Yeah. You like to read?
Oh, yes. Do you like grim?
I guess sure, maybe.
Listen, I'm talking while you're in those clothes. I'll get you some clean ones. Is that the uniform the Workers' Army are currently wearing?
No way, Critch boy. I wore these at the steel factory. You know, working or fighting didn't really make any difference to me. This sofa, Chief, is deluxe. My brother would just like it. You know, I'd sit all day.
The steel factory, eh? You don't look much like a worker. Still, I suppose each industry has its own uniform. As capitalism has its own uniform. The uniform of oppression. But soon that steel factory won't be the same kind of misery it is today, run by some local Führer. We'll reinvent it and make it strong.
No, don't worry about the looks, I'm fine.
No, really, I insist.
Have you got somewhere for me to change?
Yeah, there's a bathroom down the hall. Image of the future. You took your time. You must be proud to put it on.
Yeah, I had to, throw one. You got plans? Have you got any plans?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I was just looking at this art, this TV. You know, TV has a real potential in the future. A potential to convey directly the utmost truths. And it reaches so many of us. Do you watch?
Now and again. During breaks, some things.
Sports?
Well, not really. Some,
I saw some football the other day. It wasn't live, but it had an immediacy. It was so immediate. You know, Camus said that football...
No, I don't like football.
Oh, you must be a boxing man.
No, I don't really like boxing either. Look, if anything, golf. I mean, that's deluxe.
Oh, what's this?
Oh, it's nothing important. I write, every day to keep the dark chills at bay. I just sort of got in the habit. It sorts my face out. It's proper bad out there sometimes, Chief, so, I write.
Right, like John Reed.
Who?
Oh, a journalist and a great man. You know, your book could go hand in hand with my writings to represent the definitive reflection on this revolution. Every day shakes the world.
Yeah, like you say, Maestro, it probably does, but after all this is over, I mean, when the fight is finished, I want to write a story about what I've done, like a novel. I mean, everyone else can, so count me in. There's money in it too.
Yeah, but remember, it's not the money, but the art that's valuable to us.
Oh, yeah, I've been specing out some books, some Jane Austen and that T.S. Eliot, and this one called The Plague. It's fucking genius. I mean, it soothes the soul.
Austen and Eliot, it's just bourgeois culture. Look, it's not politically or artistically correct. It's the remains of the aesthetic of fascism. It looks to the eye, not to the we. It's reactionary, but you must know.
Fuck you! I fucking read that. That's what I know. It helps me get through this. I mean, ever since I've been here, you've been acting like a fruitcake. You're the one with the fucking problem with this. I dig Jane Austen. It helps me see things in a different way.
But it's the wrong way. It doesn't get us anywhere. These books you're reading, they're the literature of historical inequality. Do you really think they're written to represent your interests? They weren't written for you or your people, your brothers and sisters. They're full of racism and sexism and outmoded religious sludge, bourgeois individualism. We can't afford to keep them.
I don't need to be told that I can't read a fucking book. It's a book, you fucking Klondike. It shines. It's got words that
But the wrong words. It doesn't speak for you. Can't you see that?
I don't need anyone to speak for me. I speak for myself, all right?
Look, if your book is like that filth, it has to go. There has to be a new art for the new order. Just think of your ancestors in the cause. Eisenstein, Gorky, Goddard. All asking for a new art and for you. I should risk all and throw this to the dogs.
Yeah, you know what? Do it. Get out of my fucking head. Don't fucking dare talk to me, character boy. I don't need this. I'm going.
Wait. Look, I'm sorry. Look, you're a man of passion. We need men like you. We always have and we always will.
Look, I can do working class. I mean, I've studied under Quentin Quinn, you know.
Who wants some tea?
No. What a ludicrous dialogue.
Hello. I'm a capitalist, a factory owner, a landowner, and very possibly an intellectual. I work hard, which is an anathema to the likes of you. But you have nothing to fear. Like your good self, I'm a thinking man. I intend no harm.
What? Should we kill him?
Wait, look, what are you doing here? Don't you know this building, the structure represents the very heart of the revolution? You're risking a lot in coming here.
Yes, I am indeed. After all, you are the great Louis Brent, the man in charge. I've read some of your work. Interesting, if theoretically, philosophically, etc., etc., naive and unworkable.
Unworkable? Who's this guy? Give me the gun.
Wait, look, just tie him to the chair. So use this. Alright, what do you want? This is a dangerous place for the likes of you.
Well, I had no choice, did I? Animals like him have been playing up for weeks. You can't enjoy the freedom of the fresh air anymore. A few of them broke into my hiding place, sniffed out by hungry, misguided dogs.
Typical you actually fucker. They're not dogs, and they're tightly organised by my tactics. You see, my friend, your empire's crumbling before your very eyes. Once you and your kind dominated industry, culture, the law, but not anymore.
Spare me the lecture. I know all about your claims. I've been to the same glorious universities that you have. I know all about planned and centralised economies, and ideology, and hegemony. You see, I took political science and I passed with flying colours.
You're the worst kind. I've seen you before. I knew people just like you at college. These ideas, the truth, they meant nothing to you other than to push up the social ladder.
Well, of course. I put it to good use, unlike you, who's too busy planting ideas in his head. Incidentally, do you have room for a smoke on that?
Well, you fucker. Normally I'd say no. But since I've got to kill you, and I probably will kill you, who am I to deprive a man of his last smoke?
So kind. He knows his etiquette.
Yeah, whatever, freak boy.
You naturally realise that you have to listen to me. Otherwise, what is the point? It's in your nature. You have to answer me and clarify me where I'm wrong. It's in all his writings.
Yeah, well, his writings can chew my arse. I say you're wrong, and I know you're wrong, so you might as well admit it.
Look, fuck him, we carry on regardless. This filth is a hostage. We'll use him as a symbol of our conviction. We'll hang you and all you represent from the Parliament wall.
I'm flattered. That's nice. But why don't you concede, old boy? Your philosophy or theory or ideology, whatever the fuck it is, no longer has any bearing on reality.
Oh, he's bullshitting. He's thrashing my skull.
I'm curious. What did you mean earlier when you said I'm naive?
You know why you're naive. The individual consciousness. Life is filtered through your perceptions, and that's its beauty. That's what makes life interesting. The reason everything is like it is because of human nature. Simple as that. Our separate, individual greed. You know Hobbes as well as I do. The individual is the basis of society. We have to preserve its preciousness. We are each a little bundle of selfish, dignified, human genes. What was Conrad's phrase? Oh yes. We live as we dream. Alone.
And what about the ordinary man? Where does he go in your plastic meritocracy? Face down in the gutter, that's where. We don't have to eat each other. We're malleable, we only have to change the system to truly be
I
free.
think I've heard this all before. The fantasy of social determinism. Well, check it out, old boy. Don't waste your time worrying about the ordinary hard-working fellow. What about your good self in this absurd revolution? How will you function when your delicate, artistic soul is bent by the will of animals like this? They're already here, all earthy and violent. They chased me into this part of town. They'll be here soon.
Who's this guy?
Tell me, old boy, Do you know what Keynesian economics are? Or who Barrow is? Do you have the remotest idea of the profound discourse surrounding the question of the human consciousness? Do you even know what fucking day it is? See what your angry young man has become? He's not Jimmy Porter. He's not even Arthur fucking Seaton. He's an abortion. Do you really think that he can run society?
I'll run your fucking face. I gave you a spliff, but you still won't quieten down.
What do you expect? You run the economy, so you run the schools. You teach people what to think. It's not their fault if they don't understand everything you say. Because of you, some of these people grew up without any books on their shelves. They were told they were only good for low-wage menial labour.
This much is true, and Bourdieu tells us this.
What's with the names? Oh, fuck you both, I'm worth for a shit.
But the system must be changeable to suit the circumstance.
Oh, but consistency is the key.
Consistency, old man. Surely you know that Marx converted on his deathbed, and that Althusser killed his wife with the same insane hand with which he wrote about the objective structures of capitalism. The closest that Brent got to the common man was probably his charwoman. A lovely woman named Elsie, I expect.
Look, Marx's conversion doesn't have to be a contradiction. We can accommodate religion, I'm sure of it. The churches can't stop the world from changing. Look, God doesn't exist, we know that, so why deprive revolutionaries of their other faiths?
God does not exist. Obviously, you've read Nietzsche in a very sophisticated manner.
The point is that when the revolution's complete, people won't need religion. Knowledge is power.
Information is beauty.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I get it, but people just don't really talk like that. I mean, Jane Austen is deluxe, don't get me wrong, but no one really talks like this in her books.
What's this? Flirting with the enemy?
Don't worry, Creech. He's harmless. He just wanted to smoke his pipe. Besides, if he moves, I'll just slap him round until I kill him. Simple as that.
Louis, you're an artist. Tell me, how can you care about this asinine fool?
Fuck you!
Look, I was born into a working class family. I grew up in a small factory town.
And very miserable it was, I'm sure.
You fucker, you can't possibly know what it was like. Me and my brothers surviving on the concessions of your system, whilst you were living up in some mansion or something.
No, you've got it all wrong. You see, I grew up poor too. Can't you see the marks? They are there to be seen. But I don't show them as readily as you do.
But then how do you justify this? If you experienced the conditions I did?
Come off it, old boy. I know you already. You're generic. Brought up in some quiet idyll of proletarian deprivation, with just one more book on the shelf than anyone else on your decaying streets. How could you resist Marxism, with all that great material suffering going on around you? But then you realise you had to get the fuck out. You climb the social ladder through education, the respectable way. But all the time, you can stay loyal to your mother and your father and that fucking bunch of Neanderthal shit that you picked up through life. Of course you hate the privilege at your college, but you still fuck about with them in your torn clothes and pretend to challenge the system. It's not your fault. You're the product of your cultural surroundings. Louis? There are two types of class distinction. That nonsense about bourgeoisie and proletariat, none of that has any relevance anymore. There are those that can afford to be working class, and those that can't.
You know what? I've read a few books. I've had a think. I don't need this shit any longer. I'm getting out. I'm going flat out to get away from the two of yous.
See, he doesn't need you, Louis. Fuck him. I'll kill him.
Oh, fucking hell.
No. Fuck you. You're wrong. I know who I am.
Who are you?
I am a communist. I believe in communism.
Only in your writings. Only in some fucked up idea of revolutionary art. You can smash things up all you want in your books, your films, your poems. But does that really help the likes of him? Face it, baby. You're a better advert for the self-made man than I'll ever be. I mean, you're a fucking billboard.
I should have killed you when you came in, you
I'm doing this for you, Louis. I have to protect you. It's always said that in this kind of situation, revolutions kill their children. That's not true. They kill their fathers. See, if he acquired learning, knowledge, theories, where would your genius go? What would your achievements mean? Fuck all. Don't let them in, old boy. Don't let them in.
Fuck you! Chew my ass! I never needed this piece of shit. I'm on my own, alright? I've been thinking about things and I think you should fuck off!
See, he's already thinking. It's beyond you, old boy.
Yeah, well, I get the idea. I know what this is. I know what's coming, right? Well, before you fuck me over, you've got to let me have my say. I know how these things work. You've got to let me have my say, right?
He does know his etiquette. Go on, get it over with.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
We need men like you, Louis. Always have. Always will. By the way, do you have room for smoke on that? By the way, do you have room for smoke on that? By the way, do you have room for smoke on that?
Deluxe it. Deluxe it, motherfucker. Eat my fuck.